Exactly the same thing we've been going over on here. I know you're going to say, I don't know this stuff is fine, I don't know this stuff. You already know the instruments in the back. So those won't be the ones all you'll do is assemble those trays there. We're adding second portions of it. So you already know how to assemble a Journal 1 and Journal 2 tray that's together. Those are the two trays that we have that are together. Starting next week, you'll have a tray that'll have those instruments, but then you'll have another tray that's called a Journal 2 instrument tray that'll have all retractors in there. So you'll take those out, and you'll assemble it exactly as you would that tray we have there. You see all those ortho stuff you got here? Right there? See all that stuff? You're going to have a tray that you're going to assemble that'll have all those instruments in there. So you'll have two ways to reinforce how to learn those instruments. One by looking at them here, two by having that tray. Remember the DNC instruments we went over before? Same exact thing. You'll have a tray that's already what?
It's already assembled.
And what are you going to do?
Take it apart and put it back together.
Put it back together again, okay? So now I'll start today. This one is, some of this stuff we already know. Some you don't know. But I'll start with the stuff I know you know. So if we was doing laparoscopic, any type of laparoscopic procedure, the first thing we would need is what?
The insufflation needle.
Yep. We need Varus needle. So this Varus needle is what helps us with the tube to insufflate the CO2 that goes into your abdomen, right? So after you already insufflated with that, the next thing they're going to put in is what?
A trocard.
So this is a 5mm trocard. They're all different types of trocars, but the one you see right here is what?
5mm.
5mm trocard. So after you got the trocar in there, you have to visualize what, right? And then the abdomen is dark. So if it's dark, you need something that's going to what? Light it up. So you have a what?
Lighting cord.
Light cord. And you got to visualize it. So
Camera.
What? Camera. And what's going to help us in there with it?
The scope.
Got it? So we already have this type of trocar, right? But if we're doing Da Vinci, we're not going to use this by itself. We need other instruments that's going to help us do robotic, right? So these would be these kind of instruments here. To be considered robotic instruments, right? So now you have some more self-retaining retractors that you see on this set. Some of them look like some we've already went over, right? We already know what a Wheatlander looks like, right?
Yes.
We have two things here that look just like a Wheatlander, but they are not Wheatlanders. This is a cerebellum. It is curved, and it's used in orthopedic surgery, and we also use it in neurosurgery. It can be used in other surgeries also, but it's for the back. This is your back. And it's also for your skull. Got it? Here, this is our Barron suction. We talked about this before, remember? This is your Barron suction. It goes in your ear. Barron suction, right? This is another self-retaining retractor. It is almost the same name as some of the instruments that you're using already. It's a Atson-Beckman retractor. But it's a Atson-Beckman what?
Self-retaining.
So it's not a forceps and it's not a clamp. It's a what?
Retractor.
Somebody asked me, is this a Richardson? It's smaller than a Richardson, but it's a cushion vein retractor. So this is the cushion vein retractor. If this is a vein retractor, this has to be what? A nerve hook. This is for your vein. This is for your what?
Nerve.
See the difference? Vein is a little bit bigger. Your nerve will be what?
A lot smaller.
We know what this one is. It's called a what? Wider. It's wider or weeder tongue blade. Weeder or wider tongue blade. But it's also called a what? What's the same thing like how we have
Sweetheart.
A sweetheart retractor, right? You know this was called a what? A mirror. This is a Damar. What is this?
Damar.
Please say it with me.
Damar.
Damar retractor. This is a rake. I understand you know a Murphy. I understand you know a Volkman. All you need to know for me is what?
It's a rake.
It's a rake. This is a rasp. You can look at it. Self-explanatory. What is it?
A rasp.
A rasp. We know this is a what?
Curette.
Right? But this is a tonsil curette.
Okay.
So you already know it's a what?
Curette.
Because you learned the curettes when we was doing GYN, right? So now you're going to call it a what curette?
A tonsil curette.
This is a Boise.
Boise.
Boise. You break your nose, this pops it back in place. It's called a Boise.
Wow.
Boise. Somebody tell me what this is.
A funnel? Some with the ear.
Ear speculum. So if this is an ear speculum, what would this one be?
No speculum.
A nose speculum. Some of the instruments, if you look at them, you can kind of tell where they go. This is a herd retractor. This is a herd retractor. See that hook? It's there for a reason. When you're working with the tonsil, you have veins in that area. You want to do what?
Move them out the way.
Place when you're trying to what? Cut your who out?
Tonsil.
Your tonsil. You don't want to hit the nerve, because if you hit the nerve, what can happen?
Bad things.
Is that H-E-R-D?
Yep, H-U-R-D. Herd.
H-U-R-D.
Herd. So, you see two of these, right? One's a long freer. This is a short freer. So if you see these in there and you say, Ms. Vine, this doesn't look the same, you know why? Because they all come in what?
Different sizes.
Different sizes.
Freer.
This is a coddle. It's a coddle. You'll see some that's just as lot smaller, but what you're looking for is this. See the little circle on there and the flat tip? It's a coddle.
Okay.
It goes in your nose. Please tell me what this is. A what knife? D knife. Do you see the D?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you see the D?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the D? Yes, you
It's,
can.
it's curved like a letter.
See the D? The D. Letter D.
I don't see. I'm sorry.
It looks like a D.
It looks like a B to me.
I turn it this way. What does it look like?
Like a. Talking about like a lowercase D, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A D. So it's a D. What? It's a D. What?
D knife.
So we talked about Takahashi's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is ENT, right? But I just told you we add neuro and vascular, right? I mean neuro and ortho, right? So if you add neurovascular, you know me, this is called a Takahashi. If we're dealing with neuro and orthopedic, this is called a pituitary now. So you need to put Takahashi / pituitary, right?
Okay.
What is it called?
Takahashi /
What
pituitary.
is it called?
Takahashi / pituitary.
What is it called?
I don't know what it is you're referring to.
What is this?
Takahashi /
Pituitary.
pituitary.
Yeah. What is this called?
Takahashi
/ what?
pituitary.
Thank
What is it though?
What do you mean? It's a grasper.
Grasper.
Yeah. It's a Takahashi. What?
/ pituitary.
There you go. So do we know what this one is?
Night scissors.
Night scissors. Do we know what this one is?
Nice.
Thank you. This one is a joker or a key elevator. This is a what?
Joker or a key elevator.
It's a smaller one. There are bigger ones also, but it's a joker or a key elevator. We already know some of our GYN instruments. I did not add this on there, but you need to know it. It's called a gray speculum. They come open and closed. What is this called?
A gray speculum.
Yep. Somebody put these up there. They're not there yet. So.
You could have went over them too.
Nope, not yet. It's too much. We already did these. This one here is a straight double action rongeur. What is this one?
Straight double action.
Rongeur.
Why am I saying double action?
Because it's like you can do two things with it.
At one time.
It's double action.
Okay.
It breaks up bone.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So if you're doing orthopedic surgery, we have to use prosthesis. That's a ball and socket prosthesis.
Is that for the hip?
Yep.
It's heavy.
Yeah. So I just showed you a straight double action rongeur, right? You saw that straight double action rongeur right there? Point to it. Which one is it? That's a straight one, right? So if I just showed a straight one, I have one here that looks exactly the same.
But it's curved.
But it's not curved. It's called gooseneck.
Oh.
See?
They do look like that.
Yeah, look like a goose.
Look at us throwing us for a loop.
It's called gooseneck. You're not going to tell me it's curved. You're going to tell me it's what?
Gooseneck.
Is it double action also?
Yes.
Well, actually, I can kind of see when you hold it like that, it looks like a goose.
It's a gooseneck. So please don't put curved. You're going to put what?
Gooseneck.
Thank you. Gooseneck what?
Double action.
Double action what?
Rongeur.
Rongeur. R-O-N-G-U-E-R. Rongeur.
It's French.
Yeah. You have two Harrisons here. You see two different types. See how they're long and short, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means they come what?
Different sizes.
Different sizes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they also come long and thinner. This one is down biting kerosene. This one is what?
Up.
Up what?
Up body.
Up biting kerosene. So this one is what?
Down body.
And this one is what?
Up biting.
This one is what?
Down biting.
And this one is what?
Up biting kerosene.
You have two instruments right here. They look the same, don't they?
Similar.
Kind of, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bone tap.
Okay.
Bone tap. And this is a mallet.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a what?
Bone tap.
And this is a what?
Mallet.
So we're still dealing with orthopedic instruments. This is a Cobb elevator. It's an ortho and neuro. It's used to scrape tissue and muscle off of bone.
Okay.
We take it off your skull, we take it off your bone, any bones, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have one pickup here. You have 3. You saw 2 of them over there. I didn't add it because I didn't tell the other class. This one is called a singly. Singley. What is it called?
Singly.
Singly. So, this is a needle holder. But it's called a Castro Viejo. Castro Viejo.
Castro Viejo.
You'll have a needle holder. You'll see me show you scissors also.
Mm-hmm.
Today you have a what?
Castro Viejo.
Does it cut? No.
No.
It's a what?
Needle holder.
Needle holders. When you're having needle holders, when you load the needle for the doctor, you load it upward. Anything that's considered a Castro Viejo, you load it opposite, downward.
Okay.
This is vascular surgery. So if you're doing vascular surgery, you're dealing with veins and what? Arteries. What happens if you're trying to work with a vein and artery? What's in that vein and artery?
Blood.
Blood.
It's very delicate.
There you go. So it's delicate for him. And what else? If he's looking and it's bleeding, do you think he has time to do what?
Flip it.
Flip it.
No.
He only has time to do what?
Grab it and
Straight
get in.
So I'm going to do what?
Hand it to him downwards.
Hand it to him downward. And it's a Castro Viejo needle holder. If I had a scissor, Castro Viejo scissors, I would do exactly the same thing. I would hand it to him what?
Downward.
Because he's going straight down and he wants his head straight.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? This is a bone cutter. Bone cutter. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm back there with them, I want you all to go through the same exact thing that I just went through, okay? Got
But
it?
we gonna be back here.
Yep. Got it? All right.